It's time for an upcycle. Y'all know that I love a good side of the road find, so here are 5 of my favorite trash flips. Check it out. First up, these chairs that my mom actually found on the side of the road in our neighborhood. So I decided to give them just a little bit of a makeover with some black spray paint and some white paint. Created this pattern on each chair and they're super fun, so not bad for something that was free. Next up is something I pulled off the top of someone's trash can. This basket was actually in pretty good shape. It had one little piece that was broken on it, but honestly, you won't even be able to tell. So I just cleaned it off and I gave it new life with a little bit of spray paint. And then guess what? It is a planter for my front porch. Put some flowers in it and I think it turned out perfectly. Love it when I find things to use as planters on the side of the road. They're literally some of my favorite trash finds. This fabulous little piece was put out to pasture, so I grabbed it and headed home to give it a little bit of love. I started by just brushing all of that excess chipped paint off of it so I could come through and give it a little bit of texture with this faux stone paint, which I really love because it gives that pebbled look. And then once you put a couple of coats of this on, it's almost like you're spraying confetti on it sort of, and it gives that really rich dimensional stone look. And then you can come through with whatever other color you like and paint over that. And then it looks almost like it's a big concrete pot. It really works. This faux textured stuff is pretty cool. I think this was a nice little trip to the salon for this pot because it definitely looks a ton better, especially with those beautiful flowers in it. Next up, a little table without any top on it. So I, of course, stopped and grabbed it, and then we decided to kind of play around with it and see if we could make it into a planter. So we had this pot. We tried a couple of different ones, and this one seemed to fit snugly in there. Decided to give the entire thing a coat of black paint so it was all cohesive and blended together. Planters are not cheap, and I think these two pieces put together look like they should be together. Next up was a little pedestal table I found on the side of the road. Just sanded it, cleaned it up, gave it a good paint job. Took some wine glass holders and attached them up underneath the table so they could hold the wine glasses, and then took a trash can and put it on top of the table. So it's actually the perfect little wine station. And last but not least, this nasty old plant. Usually I use real branches, but sometimes I mix faux ones in as well. I'm not opposed to a faux branch. I actually like the faux branches on this, but the whole basket situation underneath was a little much for me. So I Lysoled the entire thing off. I actually cut the stems off of the base, the foam that everything was jammed into. I'm gonna keep that foam and use it in the bottom of another planter, and I'm gonna keep the basket and clean it off and plant something else in it. But I wanted to come through with these branches and just clean them up, trim off anything that didn't look real on them, give them a good wipe down, and then use them in my kitchen on the counter. This is not something I would normally stop and grab off the side of the road, but I like a good challenge. And personally, I think they look really pretty in this big old glass jug. It's always fun to mix real and faux branches, and they work perfectly. It's always fun to style up your counter, especially with something that would have ended up in a landfill. And you guys know that I love twinkle lights in vintage glass. You can never go wrong. As far as the basket that the plant came in, I just cleaned it off, used a little bit of bleach, let it dry in the sun, and then put some lavender in it. So it was a win-win. So grab that trash off the side of the road for some fun spring decor. Happy upcycling.